Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Pluto of Pluto's Muse here, back with another timeless pick a card reading, and this one is titled, What is the Key to Your Future Success? Alright, so this reading is meant to give you some sort of higher perspective or deeper look at what it is that will contribute to your future success, whether it's on a small scale or a large scale. I want to give you some sort of insight on what you should be doing currently, maybe how you can align more with your success, what you're doing right, if you are doing anything right, and some additional advice or anything like that. So you have 7 options to choose from on the screen. Please choose more than one option if you feel drawn to more than one. And if you enjoy this reading, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Hi, Pot 1. You're the pile that chose image 1. Before we actually get into your pile, let's get into the numbers and signs that are most relevant in this pile. I'm seeing 40, 14, 18, 10, 16, 25, and another 18. And that's it so far. Somebody could be an Aries or a Taurus, a Cancer or a Pisces, a Taurus or a Gemini, a Sagittarius or a Virgo, a Libra, a Scorpio, a Libra, a Gemini moon could be significant. Someone could be a Cancer or a Leo, a Virgo or Libra again, Aquarius, Capricorn, Taurus, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sagittarius, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Capricorn, Sag may be relevant in this pile, okay? So you could be these signs. You could have these placements in your chart. Could be relevant for you. Now, something that's significant in this pile, or could even be people that are relevant to this pile because other people are involved in your message, pile 1. Something that's relevant to this pile, though, that I'm picking up on is the current transit that we're going through. Now, this is a timeless message, but while I'm filming this, Jupiter is in the sign of Cancer. For some of you, either you're already experiencing a certain level of success, or this is prime time for you to be having success, pile 1. Like, this might be the best time for you to make certain moves or to do certain things, whatever it is that you're wanting to accomplish. Maybe there's certain things that you want to accomplish. You want to find a husband, you want to find a wife, you want to get married, you want to have a child, you want to start a business, you want to level up when it comes to your looks, you want to work on your finances. Like, I'm getting something here about like you wanting to achieve certain things. And for some of you, this is about love specifically. Your future success is tied into your love life, or maybe that is what you view as success. Being in a successful partnership or friendships and things like that may be important to you. And I do feel like that's something that is possible. But I'm getting like you need to take advantage. So I don't actually remember when Jupiter in Cancer ends. It's going to end in the year 2026. I don't know when it ends exactly, but some of you guys need to make these changes or take this advice during this time period. And if you're already in alignment with this, great. Okay, great. Like, really good job. But there's a couple major things that I'm picking up on in this pile that you should be focused on when it comes to shifting into the reality that you really want. I mean, the sky's the limit, honestly, for you, pile 1. There is not, it doesn't look like there's many blockages when it comes to what you want to manifest. The only thing that would be stopping you is an unwillingness to let go of certain things, people, habits, whatever it is. All right. So when it comes down to like you actually achieving stuff, I don't care if you're like, oh, I don't have enough money for that, or I haven't met anybody yet, or anything like that. I'm getting certain things will happen for you miraculously in this pile. Some of you are very connected to your guides. Your spirit team might be wanting you to pray a bit more. I feel like communication is important in this pile. For some of you, it may even be along the lines of like speaking to others, asking for help if needed is something that you want to do. But yeah, like when it comes to you manifesting things, I don't see many blockages out here. But what I will say is there's some healing that needs to take place. So in this pile, when I did the layout for this reading, I pulled certain oracles, but then I chose like different questions that I wanted to ask to see what was important in this reading when it comes to your future success. And I wanted to tap into what you are currently doing right. Okay, some of you are currently doing something right. We're always doing something right. And I feel like for a lot of you, what you're currently doing right is holding back from connections that are not benefiting you when it comes to your healing or growth. Okay, specifically your healing though. If you know you're someone that struggles with certain traumatic experiences, certain addictions, anything like that, some of you are actively cutting off people or separating yourself from people that perpetuate those same cycles, even if they're soulmates. All right. So for some of you, this could be you cutting off people that you've been long-term friends with, long-term lovers with, family members, all kinds of stuff. People you feel really connected to. Could even be short-term. Maybe you've met these people and you're like, oh my God, we bond so well, but this isn't in alignment with where I'm going or where I want to be or who I want to be. So you're choosing to hold back from these connections. Even if these connections are still in your life, a lot of you are setting boundaries from people that are not in alignment with the healing and love that you seek moving forward. Okay. So I feel like that's really good. Because a lot of you are meant to be connecting with people. That's a part of your future success. Connecting with more people, connecting with your guides even more. If some of you are currently around people that do not align with your faith, okay, I'm picking up on this energy. Like if you are someone that is more spiritual, but you have people around you that are religious and they don't want you to be spiritual, or you're around people who don't believe in anything at all. And they're like, no, I'm atheist and I don't believe in anything that's going on with you. Some of you are choosing to close your energy off from these people so that you can align with more people who are supporting this mission, this vibe, this energy that you're taking on. And I feel like that's really good. So again, that is something that you're doing right. Closing off from the connections that hinder you from growing and healing is important here. However, something that you are doing wrong is still fearing connections. Okay, so not still fearing it. Some of y'all, maybe you are afraid of connecting with people. Maybe that's why you stayed attached to people you weren't supposed to be attached to in the past. Maybe some of you were afraid of creating new relationships or new dynamics or anything like that. And that kept you in that cycle. But I am picking up on this energy of being afraid of committing or like being afraid of moving towards other commitments because of what you've been through, because of how you've been discouraged. I even see a vibe here of somebody being afraid of fully dissecting the trauma that they've accumulated from those dynamics. So maybe somebody in here wants to go to therapy. You're like, I'm too afraid to go to therapy. Don't want to talk about what I've been through. I'm afraid to uncover certain things. I'm afraid to see how deep it goes. Some of you would benefit from going to a therapist. Maybe some of you are afraid to go to a reader. You're like, I don't want to go to a reader. I'm afraid to see, to hear what the reader has to say, what the reader's going to pick up on. Some of you, that is something that needs to be worked on. Having opportunities to communicate with someone that would genuinely want to help you. And when it comes to readers, use your discernment. Make sure you're going to somebody you trust. But and same thing with therapists, make sure you trust your therapist. But I am getting an energy here of somebody being afraid of putting themselves in positions of healing that just may seem a little bit too personal. Okay, this could even be something here around your actual health. Like, I don't know if you guys were dealing with people in the past that could have been putting you in danger in regards to your health. And it doesn't have to be just like sexual health. This could be like you taking on an addiction or you doing things that, again, probably weren't the safest for you. Some of you may actually need to be going to like a doctor or getting certain things checked out. This could even be significant if any of you want to have kids. Some of y'all may need to go and figure out what's going on with your body in order for you to see if you are able to have kids, or if this is something that you are prepared for, or if it will be safe for you or anything like that. And some of you may be avoiding that as well. Okay, some of you could be avoiding that as well because you are afraid of what will be said, of what's going to happen after that. And that's something that you need to work on. You need to work on that, or you need to be open to prioritizing more healing. Okay, because just removing yourself from unhealthy connections doesn't mean that you're healing. That's like half of the problem. Moving away and setting boundaries is half of the issue. The rest is you addressing the trauma that came from it. I'm also picking up on something here about a toxic work environment. I don't know if some of you are currently in a toxic work environment, or if you are in a situation where you are afraid to expand in your career currently. That may be something that you're also doing wrong. Like maybe some of you, it's time for you to, maybe you have toxic people at a job, and it's time for you to expand at this, outside of this job, but you're afraid. You're like, I'll just set boundaries with these people, but I'm not going to leave. Depending on the dynamic, that may be understandable. But for others of you, it's like it would be best if you just fully removed yourself. Okay? If you're living with these toxic people, it might be best that you fully remove yourself. And for some of you, this kind of trails into your advice and things, or the key to your future success. Because when it comes down to your future success, I honestly feel like the key to your future success is going to be being patient and maintaining the boundaries that you set in order for you to move towards what it is you actually want. Some of you, even though you may be good at cutting people off, or even though you may have cut certain people off, I'm not sure who these people are to you, but it may be very hard for you to stay closed off to these people. If this is family, some of you, these family are going to come back around. These family are going to want to talk to you again. Again, same thing like I said, if it's a job dynamic. This job, you're still at the job. These people are still going to have to talk to you. You're still going to have to communicate with them. You guys still roam in the same friend group, even if you cut them off. Like I'm getting this energy here of you still being potentially exposed to these people and their negative influence on you and the trauma that they've caused or that they're perpetuating, but you needing to stand your ground and stay closed off to them. That is your key. That is the key to your future success. Whatever path you're on, I feel like you are in alignment with your healing and you're on the right path to what it is that you want to manifest. But your biggest issue is going to be maintaining that boundary. Cutting people off is not always clean. And I'm getting an energy in here where your influence may expand, pile one. Your influence may expand. Your popularity is going to be increasing. Like there's a lot of different things that are going to come in for you as a result of you moving away from these people. If these were people that were blocking your destiny, of course your karma is going to be cleared. Of course there's going to be good opportunities coming in. But what makes you think these people aren't going to try to come back? Because they will. And for a lot of you, these people are people that you genuinely love. All right. Even if they're toxic, even if they're triggering you, even if there's things that they've done to you that are hard to forgive. I'm getting an energy here where these people are going to want to come back around, and you may even want them to come back around. But maintaining that boundary is your key to success. Keeping your eyes on the prize is your key to success. Going with the flow instead of trying to control an outcome is your key to success. Letting healthy love in and recognizing that there's other connections outside of the ones that you've already fostered with other people is the key to your success. Okay? Acting like things are already, coming into fruition before you get there is something that's important here as well. And I don't want to say like not in a delusional way, because for some of you it is. It's like you using your manifestation or your imagination to manifest. But I kind of get this vibe where some of you are also being told to be a bit more imaginative or delusional about what you're calling in. Like again, even if you, like let's say you cut off your favorite ex, and you were like, this person was ideal to me. This person looked like everything I wanted. This person had all these traits that I wanted, but it was toxic. It didn't work out. They're actually abusive, or they're actually no good for me, whatever it is. Some of you are really going to have to lean into the idea that there is something better. Okay, instead of glamorizing these people, watching pick-a cards and things that are attached to these people's energy, asking questions about these people, some of you are really being told to work through the trauma around these connections, but detach fully. Yeah, cut ties, cut cords, cut ties. Because there's a version of yourself that is not fully evolved. And for some of you, or even awakened, and for some of you, it's your inner child. Your inner child hasn't fully had the chance to come out pile one. No matter how childlike you can be, there's something here about skills and talents and passions that you've had as a child that are meant to be nurtured moving forward, that will benefit you when it comes to this transit, when it comes to your future success, and could even be like intuitive abilities. Maybe some of you are psychic and you were around people that didn't want to support you in being intuitive and made you feel bad. You may have suppressed your abilities, suppressed the things that you were good at in order to appease certain people in relationships, friendships, what have you. Maybe you're someone that's super confident and you had people around you that were bullying you out of your confidence or making you feel bad for who you are. I kind of get the vibe where it's like, in order for you to nurture that part of yourself or to pour into that area of life, you do have to stay disconnected from these people, and you do have to believe that there's something better coming in. All right? Because ultimately, what you guys may end up doing as a result of kind of maintaining your boundaries and focusing on yourself and closing off from certain people, ignoring certain things that they do if they're trying to get your attention, whatever it is, what's ultimately going to happen is some of you may end up moving. Some of you may physically relocate. Maybe that's a part of your future success as well. Physically relocating and finding a new group of people to be around. If you've already relocated, some of you are going to detach from the people that you're currently connected to. If there's people that you still feel tied to in another area, and you're going to connect with new people. All right. There's something here about finding your true soul tribe, better love interests, better, co-workers, a better environment in general. Some of you are going to move into a better environment as a result of disconnecting from the other people or from these other things. And it looks like that's exactly what you want. All right. So your advice in this situation is to really not only know your worth, but know your options. You have options, pile one. And I feel like you know that to a certain degree. That's why you've been willing to cut off things that may have been seen as valuable at some point in time. But when it comes down to it, I don't think you realize that, like, you don't ever have to double back if you know something isn't good for you. When you cut certain things off, keep your eyes on whatever it is that you want to manifest. The divine is supporting you right now. You have good karma that's waiting for you. You have people out there who value you, who will view you as valuable. So there's no need for you to kind of sit in that energy of like, oh, well, maybe I should revisit this thing. Maybe I should have focused on that. Maybe I should have healed that dynamic, whatever it is. No, I'm getting like, it's time to alchemize. Turn the trauma into something beautiful. Take that time to heal and use it as fuel to create something beautiful. And for some of you, what's going to be beautiful are these new connections. You're doing the healing work to process your feelings and release whatever's been blocking you is really going to align you with a better partner, better friends, better soul family, just a better life overall. All right. So that's all that I have for my pile ones. Pile one, I hope that made sense. I hope you enjoyed this message. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Hi, pile two. You're the pile that chose image two. Pile two, before we actually get into your message, let's get into the numbers and signs that are most relevant in this pile. I'm seeing 22, 44, 27, 15, 32 and 30 as relevant numbers. Okay, somebody could be an Aries or a Taurus, a Leo or Virgo, a Gemini, Aries or Virgo, a Virgo or Libra. Gemini moon in specific may be relevant. Gemini, Virgo, Cancer, and Gemini. Heavy on the Gemini here. Taurus and Gemini, Aries and Pisces. Pisces, Cancer. You can say Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I'm seeing Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Capricorn, Sag, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Aries, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. All right, as relevant signs in this reading. Now, could be yours, could be another person's, could be relevant in your chart. Before I got into your pile, I was hearing this little light of mine. I'm going to let it shine. All right. Somebody in here, you could be a church child. All right. You could have been raised in the church, or something about churches, holy spaces, mosque, synagogues, things like that may be significant for you guys. Doesn't have to be. Maybe you are based in religion, like maybe you were raised very religious and now you're spiritual pal too, or something about that is significant. I don't know why, I was just hearing that song. Now, for some of you, it's just the simple fact that you have a big bright light about you, and you need to let it shine. All right. Now, something that I'm picking up on in this reading that is your key to success off rip is you taking control of whatever narrative that is currently playing out in your life. If any of you have ever felt like other people had control over your life or where you were headed, maybe that's why I'm picking up on this church vibe, because there's nothing wrong with the church and it's also nothing wrong with that song. But even with it saying like, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Maybe some of you have felt dimmed in the process of being around certain people, right? And this isn't to say that religious people are bad or anything like that, because even I was raised in a religious household. But I'm getting an energy here where, like, being in situations where you may feel like things are set up a certain type of way and there's certain rules and ways of living and things that you can't do. There is this energy of limitations being put on you, obligations being put on you, pile 2. And some of you are not meant to stay in that energy. There's some shadow work that needs to be done. There's some boundaries that need to be set. There is some fears that need to be faced. Okay, in order for you to manifest your future success. Whatever reality you want for yourself is one where you are going to have to be fully in control, not seeking validation, not looking for other people's approval, not ignoring your own intuition. Because many of you are very intuitive in this pile, like psychic. You could be psychic. You could be intuitive in that way. Others of you, maybe you're into divination and tarot and mysticism and things like that. Maybe you don't want to be a psychic per se, but maybe you are a spiritualist and maybe you want to do some form of spell work, candle work, anything like that. You want to manifest that way. I'm just getting this energy here where, like, even if there's things that you want to explore in those arenas, you want to sell crystals, you want to do stuff like that. Even if you want to explore things, I'm getting dream divination. I'm getting a lot of different things while I'm talking. Even if you want to, or mediumship. Somebody in here, I'm not going to lie. Like, I know I keep coming back to it because clearly my guys are like stopping me. Something about this pile is very intuitive. I don't know why. It's not like you got like hella cards out here that are giving me psychic, but somebody in here is psychic. Somebody that chose this pile is very intuitive, and you might need to use these abilities in order for you to get on your highest path. Or maybe this is something that you're supposed to be in alignment with, but there's a part of you that is still hindering yourself in the process of expanding in this arena, letting your light shine because of other people's views. Now, I'm even getting things here around your sexuality or gender fluidity. Like, you could be a man or a woman that wants to be a little bit more fluid when it comes to how you show up in the world. Doesn't mean that you are interested in same gender relationships or anything like that. I'm just getting this vibe of you being like very fluid in your own energy, and maybe that's something that other people would be uncomfortable with. Okay, or maybe they are uncomfortable with it. If there's a part of you that's uncomfortable because others are uncomfortable, that's blocking your success, babe. For sure. Okay. Now, in each pile, I brought it up in pile 1 that I was going to try to find things like different points that I wanted to hit on when it came to how or what it is that is going to lead to your future success. And I brought up the fact that everybody is doing something right. Okay, there's always something that you're doing right. And currently at this time in your life, I definitely get the vibe that something that you're doing right is closing out cycles that are no longer valuable in this period of your life. Okay, some things have definitely came to a close. Some habits are definitely at their end. There's just things that you've outgrown that you no longer need to be attached to. And it looks like you're cutting these things out. There's even something here about saving money by cutting certain things out. So again, I don't know if you're cutting off certain habits, maybe cutting off certain people, certain things that you used to view as valuable. You're not worried about those things anymore. And you're more focused on what you want down the line rather than what it is that, I don't know, fulfills you in the moment. And you could be closing out cycles with things like that. Okay. Some of you could also be working out currently. Okay, like you could be working out, you're focused on your health, you're focused on your body. You could, whether you're in the gym or you just work out on your own time, I see a lot of you prioritizing your health. For somebody in here, you could also be getting over some body image issues. So if you do have any like body dysmorphia or issues when it comes to just like judging yourself a little bit too harshly when it comes to your body, or even like seeking validation through means of showing your body, some of you could be ending a cycle like that. But for others of you, I'm getting like either you are closing off your sexual energy from other people, or you're moving into a phase of life where you're more open with it. Okay, so you're on either side of the spectrum. Pile 2. Some of you are becoming more comfortable with your body. Others of you are closing off a bit more. Not because you're uncomfortable, but just because you feel like you've been sharing too much. All right, and this could be on a large scale, like maybe you've been posting yourself in a certain type of way or showing up in the world in a certain type of way, and you're like, I'm not doing that anymore. I don't feel like that is a part of me anymore. I don't think that fits my narrative. Like I'm getting like Black China. You know how Black China like went from being an exotic dancer and video girl and things like that, and then basically went down the route of being a bit more modest. Some of you could have taken that route. Others of you, if you're not taking that route currently, or if that's not your energy, could be the opposite way. Maybe some of you have been super closed off, not willing to show yourself, not very proud of your body. Maybe we're told or shamed into feeling like you shouldn't be proud of your body. And now you're in a period of life where you're like, no, I'm going to work on myself and maybe share myself bit by bit or something like that. That's for somebody in this pile. If you're doing that currently, great. That's what you're supposed to be doing. For some of you, it is the first message that I gave. Like maybe you gave too much of yourself and now you're pulling that energy back from people, which is great. Which is the right thing. However, there's also a wrong thing that you're doing. And from what I'm getting, for some of you, and this ain't for all of you, but for some of you, there is an energy in this reading of people closing themselves off, saving up their money, getting physically fit, being modest, maybe being celibate even, trying to focus more on yourself and doing the work that you need to heal and elevate, but with the intention of going back to the past. Okay? So follow me. Somebody in here, you could be improving yourself and becoming the best version of yourself, but it's with the intention of going back to the past. Maybe you want to be desired by certain people from your past. Maybe some of you want to be valued by certain people from your past. Maybe some of you are hoping that your family views you as being a little bit more valuable. Your friends view you as being a little bit more valuable. Your ex views you as being a little bit more wifey, more hubby, or that person that you really wanted that rejected you is viewing you as being a little bit more of a catch. The problem with that, though, is that that's not the move. That's not the move you're supposed to be making. And I know it's an ego boost to know that somebody from your past still wants you. But for a lot of you, the cycles that you're closing out are cycles that need to close out permanently. Okay? Some of you are meant to move forward and explore new arenas, new things that you're afraid of is what I'm getting. Somebody in here, the key to your future success is facing your fears head on. Having the courage to do the things that you're afraid of. Having the courage to say the things that you're afraid of. Having the courage to wear the things that you're afraid to wear. Like just being very authentic and very unapologetic and very much so you. Without worrying about other people's feelings is important in this pile for your future success. For some of you, this is even about your intellectual, I want to say your intellectual property. So I don't know if you guys already like make certain things or type up certain things. Some of you are authors or are meant to be authors or something like that. But I'm also getting this energy where it's like, even down to what it is that you're learning. Some of you are meant to learn certain things that you're afraid to learn because other people have made you afraid to learn it. Okay? If there's talents or skills that you want to learn about that other people have made you feel ashamed or afraid to pursue, what you don't realize is that that's what you're supposed to be doing. So if people were like, oh no, don't learn about alchemy. Don't learn about healing. Don't learn about past life regression or the things that you've gone through in your past lives. Don't learn about crystals. Don't learn about this. This is all demonic. This is all bad for you. Don't learn about divination. Like, I'm getting, if anybody has ever convinced you that certain things are bad or you shouldn't do that or whatever it is, I'm not trying to play devil's advocate. If there's something that you know that is like really not good for you, don't do it, right? Just be smart and don't do it. But for others of you, you know if something is bad or good. And you know if something is, if it's fear mongering or if it's real. And some of you have people around you that have convinced you that something is wrong, that you shouldn't do certain things, that you shouldn't show up a certain way. Again, maybe if you are someone that has been a little bit more open and out there in the past and you're closing off and you're like, you know what, I think I want to focus more on, like, even down to me bringing up the church song. Maybe some of y'all want to go to church. Maybe some of y'all want to go to church and you've been convinced like, no, you shouldn't go to church. Like, they're going to be this way. They're going to be that way. Some churches are like that, but there's many different types of people in spiritual spaces, and not everybody is operating the same. Okay. So I'm not going to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. If you go into a space and they go, oh, you're a tarot reader, you do this, da, 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 and they judge you for it, or even are like trying to force you to convert into something, then yeah, maybe you shouldn't be around those people. But for others of you, a holy space is a holy space. And if you are someone that believes in a higher power, God, you can walk into any area. And if it's a holy space, they're going to treat you like you are one of God's children. Just point blank, period. I've been to all kinds of religious spaces. Even in the midst of me, doing astrology or learning about astrology or doing tarot and things like that. Like, it's not like you're going to walk in and all of a sudden people are like, oh, of course I'm not telling people what I do, but we're all here for the same reason. You know what I mean? So I'm cracking up because like, that's all it, I mean, it's another space, you want to be respectful of these spaces, but it's another space where people are honoring, God. So regardless, I mean, this is how I view things though, pile two. And maybe you are similar. Maybe you are someone that believes that all religions are connected, even down to spirituality. Yes, it's us connecting with spirit, the universe, source energy, right? But technically, it's all still a higher power. And you can walk into any space and there's something that you can relate to. All right, we can all relate to it. All religions are based in a spiritual practice. So if you are spiritual, why wouldn't you be accepted at a church? You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm getting an energy here too, where it's like, so some of you have been convinced that you're going to be shamed and demonized if you go to those spaces. But others of you've been shamed and demonized into staying in spaces like that and not exploring things outside of religion. And if that is the storyline that we're picking up on, then you definitely need to move away. Because some of you don't even realize it, but I don't know if you have a skill when it comes to being psychic or intuitive, but you might be someone that's meant to own a spiritual business. You might be someone that is going to learn something through these spiritual means and end up expanding on your path because of it. You know what I mean? If you've been too afraid to get a tarot reading, if you've been too afraid to learn more about certain things, to study your birth chart, whatever it is, some of you may not realize that that very thing has the key to your success in it. And it's something that, like, again, maybe you won't be validated in studying it, or maybe you won't be validated in pursuing it from the people of your past, at least. Maybe you won't have that connection to the people of your past, but that's exactly why they're in the past. Pile two. Not everybody from your past is someone that you're meant to be connected to. And not everybody from your past is even worthy of being on this new path. Don't block your own blessings going back to the past. This energy came up in another pile. It's coming up in here again. I'm getting some of you really need to pray more. You really need to ask your guides for assistance. Some of y'all need to drink more water or stay hydrated. That's for somebody in here. Sleep more. Like, I'm getting, pay attention to your body and get out of that energy of like just keeping up with the Joneses, or like just keeping up with whatever type of image other people want you to be in. Somebody in here really needs to take a second to like do some shadow work in order for them to pop back out and be exactly who they are meant to be. So your advice here is stop ignoring your intuition. Stop ignoring your intuition. Some of you, your intuition is telling you something and you're ignoring it. You may feel like, again, maybe some of you have intuitive abilities and you're like, oh no, I think something's wrong with me. Like, I don't want to tell people that I'm seeing spirits. I don't want to tell people that I believe that I'm intuitive or my dreams are significant. I'm having dreams that are coming into fruition. I don't want to tell people that I, am good at tarot or are interested in tarot or anything like that. Like, there's something here about hiding yourself that you need to break out of in order for you to succeed. Hiding yourself, or like allowing your emotions to fester. Like, some of you are sitting in these emotions and ignoring what it is that you feel intuitively led to do. And it's only hindering you. It's keeping you chained to the past. And the past is no longer relevant. The cycles that you're closing out currently are definitely in alignment with your future success. So don't repeat these same cycles or try to go back to the past to prove like, hey, now I'm a better version of me. Hey, now I'm cooler now. Hey, like these people should be used as motivation for growth, and not like a reason to come back around. This is even giving me the vibe of someone that like, maybe you were rejected by the people in your hometown. Like, you're not cool in your hometown. People around your hometown, they don't really vibe with you. You move away from your hometown, you move into a new space, you get a better job, you get more friends, you elevate in all kinds of stuff. Some of you want to go back to your hometown and be celebrated. You know, some of you are looking for people from your past to celebrate you and for you to be like, yeah, like, wasn't I worthy? Haven't I always been good? You should have been with me, right? You should have connected with me, right? But I'm getting like, these people don't deserve to be around you. If anything, these people are going to learn through you. They'll learn to not judge a book by its cover, or to value people before they leave, or to understand that differences are not a bad thing. Like, there's something here about you teaching people that being different is not a bad thing, and them needing to see that at a distance. I recently told somebody, like, some lessons are best learned at a distance. You might have wanted to teach somebody something up close and personal, but they may not get it until you're gone. All right, so that's all that I have for the people in this pile. Thank you so much, pile 2. I hope this message resonated. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Hi, pile 3. You're the pile that chose image 3. Pile 3, what an interesting message. Before we even get into your pile, let's get into the numbers and signs that are coming up for you. I'm seeing 28, 2, 11, 23, 33, and 6. Those are relevant numbers for you in this pile. Somebody could be a Scorpio or a Libra, an Aquarius or a Pisces, a Taurus or a Gemini, Virgo moon, sun, moon, rising, or Venus, but moon in specific. Someone could be an Aquarius. They could also be a Scorpio or a Sagittarius, Cancer or Gemini. Somebody could be born in 66. They don't have to. Aries, Virgo, Gemini, Capricorn, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Gemini is significant. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Before I got into your pile, I was hearing Imagine by John Lennon. I was gonna say John Legend. I was hearing Imagine by John Lennon. So somebody in here, you could be a John Lennon fan. You could like the Beatles. You could be from the UK. You don't have to. But the energy behind Imagine is what I'm picking up on in this pile. Somebody in here, you could be a self-proclaimed humanitarian, all right? Or you are just someone that believes in humanitarian efforts. Or for some of you, this is a part of your future success. You are someone that is meant to be a humanitarian, a philanthropist of some sort. You're meant to protest. You are meant to start some sort of revolution. You are meant to fight for a cause. You are meant to change the world. I see you interacting with all kinds of people. You're going to make your family proud. You're going to have a soul family to connect to. This is a part of your future success. But we're going to get into what is blocking that potentially, because for a lot of you, it's a mixture of things, all right? There's some people in this group that have gotten swept up by capitalist society, and you are focused on being very financially stable right now. You're more focused on your money. You're more focused on how people view you when it comes to status and things like that, rather than how you show up on a emotional or spiritual level in the world. And for some of you, that is a block. All right, that is a block for you. But we're going to talk about it a little bit more after I talk about something else, because I was bringing it up in the other piles. For everything that we're going to talk about in this reading, there's always going to be things that you are doing right. So let's talk about what you're doing right currently. Pile 3. For a lot of you in this pile, I feel like you are an alchemist. You definitely know how to transmute energy. And for everything that you're currently feeling, or that you've been through in the past, or that you're currently going through, it looks like you're using this as fuel towards something that you're building. All right, which I love. I don't know what it is that you do. Some of y'all are content creators. Some of you work online. Some of you guys are doing something when it comes to connecting with people. You're doing something that makes you proud, or that other people are proud about. All right, I definitely get that vibe in this pile. Like, you're making certain people proud right now based off of how you've been able to transcend heartbreak and pain and all kinds of experiences that probably have been very traumatizing for you, to be quite honest. Somebody in here is like mastering sacred rage. Like, you're learning how to utilize this rage and put it towards teaching others or showing others the way, which is really beautiful from that standpoint. However, somebody in this reading, something that you're currently doing wrong is like, I don't know if your motivations behind what you're doing is wrong. Like, and again, it's nothing wrong with wanting to be wealthy or to have money. Like, I don't see that being an issue. But when you are performing or making things from a space of, will this make me money? Will people like this for money reasons? Like, if the idea is, I need to do this for money and money only, or I need to do this in order for other people to support me, I need to make this thing. Like, I recently saw a reel where the guy was like, it was like a really great analogy. I liked it, but I didn't repost it. I should have reposted it. But I felt like it was something that a lot of us would resonate with, which is the idea that the conductor of an orchestra has to turn their back in order to do their job. They cannot face the audience, right? And he was basically bringing up the fact that the reason why the conductor can't face the audience is because he's not meant to seek validation in the process of conducting this song, or, you know, making this situation play out a certain type of way. Like, I'm getting this energy where, like, some of you have a mission. You have a mission of some sort. And your mission could be huge, pile 3. Some of y'all could have a huge mission. But in the process of pursuing this mission and going through this rebirth and experiencing all this change, some of you could be like either seeking the validation of certain people, and even the validation that you're seeking may not be the healthiest. Like, some of you, the validation that you're seeking is like, I want people to be obsessed with me. Like, I want people to be obsessed with me. I want people to be addicted to me. And maybe you don't even realize that that's what you want. For some of you, you do. Some of you, you know this. Like, you're like, no, I want people to be obsessed with me. I want them to be, you know, like, I'm the only one that provides this thing. I want people to be codependent on me. I want them to feel like they have to come to me. Which is nothing wrong with desiring support. But again, from that space can be inauthentic. You can start performing from a really inauthentic space, because instead of putting out what you feel is important, instead of talking about the things that you know is impactful, instead of having uncomfortable conversations or doing things that, again, may not be in alignment with what other people view as important, you'll start to do things that get you the likes, get you the views, get you the validation. You got the people around you feeling like, oh, wow, you're such a success. You're doing so well. You got this type of bag. You got this type of clothes. You're having these types of experiences. But I don't think that that is fulfilling you on a soul level. I also don't get the vibe that that is something that, again, is going to be sustainable for you. Because even if it is a thing where you're making money or you got some support, on a soul level, again, I keep getting this, on a soul level, there is something else that you want to do. Now, if you are someone that works a 9 to 5, pile 3, for some of you, your desire is to work for yourself full time. Okay. That could be what your future success looks like. Like some of you are like, I really want to be successful on my own, financially free, all of this stuff. And if that is something that you want, it looks like that honestly is the key to your success. Like being able to stand on your own with or without people is important here. Even if you are someone that is like selling something, I'm still getting the vibe where it's like building up a life where you are able to feel secure in yourself, even if other people aren't supporting it, is a part of your future success. You know what else I'm getting to? Because I brought up the whole thing about wanting people to be obsessed. That could also be from the standpoint of like a relationship thing. Maybe some of you guys have exes and people from your past where it's like, yeah, I want these people to still want to care about what I'm doing, or I want these people to view me as being abundant and all of this stuff. It's not like I see you being broke, pile 3. I don't see you not being wealthy. A lot of you are meant to be wealthy. The problem here is that whatever you're manifesting or the reasons behind you manifesting, it may be feeding into your ego. It's like an ego thing. And some people say like the higher you climb or like the quicker you climb, the harder the fall. I don't feel like that's something that you're going to go through per se, but depending on what it is that you're building for will be very telling of how people respond to you. Like this is the energy of someone that is being very performative or trying to be liked for certain things, and then realizing that they want to talk about like what's going on across the world, and then ultimately realizing that the audience that you have is like, I don't like this, I don't want this, I don't care about this, or something like that. You'll find your audience by being authentic. If you are currently in a space of being performative or doing things for validation or doing things for money or whatever it is, or just like the ego stroke of like, oh, you like me, you really like me, I'm getting this vibe where it's like, that is not what you deem as success. Being liked is not really what you deem as success. Pile 3. Making a change is what you deem as success. Growing spiritually is what you deem as success. Using your intuition to guide people is something that you deem as success. Using your emotions, your raw emotions, the things that you feel, like the things that other people may be uncomfortable with talking about, and finding a way to help people heal or help people grow from what you've been through is what you deem as success. But if there's a part of you that has really been trying to like keep up with the Joneses, or, you know, keep certain people attached to you through what you're doing, that's not working out, or that's not going to work out in the end. That's not what you want. You don't need to do that. For some of you, the reason why you don't need to do that is because who you are meant to be through being authentic, or who you are meant to be through taking a path of like just kind of like speaking up for certain people or whatever it is the karma here. Somebody's karma is you really stepping into a space of like being who you want to be. Some of y'all may feel like, there's so many things that I'm picking up on in this pile. Some of you may feel like, oh, my ex's karma is going to be how hot I get, or how cool I get, or how whatever it is I get. No. Your ex's karma is going to be you fully investing in something that you are passionate about, that maybe other people could even be kind of like, why do you care about that? Or why are you talking about that? Or what are you doing? Like, it's like this energy here of people feeling like, wow, like that's the path that you're taking. If you invest in a certain path, and for some reason, I'm really getting a strong vibe, it has to do with humanitarianism. Even if you're like a creative, even if you're an artist or a speaker or a writer or a singer, anything like that. Like, I'm getting some of you, whatever path you want to take, however you want to show up in the world, it may actually be very uncomfortable for some people, but it's the amount of success you gain from being in that energy that's going to be the karma. Yeah. Like, the path you're on, you may think how you're showing up in the world is other people's karma. But the real karma is like you not giving a damn how they feel or what they think or how they view you. And you being so in alignment with your purpose, so in alignment with yourself, so in alignment with what you love, that you end up on a whole nother path. All right? A whole nother path. One where these people probably won't even recognize you. They don't even know how you got there. All right. They didn't even know that that's what you were doing. Like, some of you are right. You're right at the beginning part of doing this. Like, some of you are currently in the beginning stages of being like, you know what? I'm going to use this past pain and these things that I've been through and start to teach people or show people what it is that they need to learn through these experiences. I'm going to be more vulnerable. I'm going to be more open, and I'm going to see how people feel about this. And people are loving it. Some of y'all are definitely getting more support, or like you're getting positive feedback from people based off of what you're doing. Even if it's small amounts of feedback, people really like how you're showing up currently because you're utilizing the heartbreak and the pain that you've been through as fuel to help heal other people and yourself in the process. But I'm getting you're healing other people as well. But what is going to set you back some is, again, the part of you that's like, but no, I need to do certain things for money, or I need to do certain things for views, or I need to do this so I can get the attention of this person, so this person can be jealous, so this person can be feeling bad. I got to do this thing so people can be addicted to me. I got to do this thing so people feel like they're not better than me. Like, if there's any part of you that's competing in the process of pursuing this path, and healthy competition is one thing, but I'm getting like, if you're trying to compete with other people, you should stay in your own lane. Stay in your own lane. Create your own lane. Stay in your own lane. Create your own lane. Be weird. Be different. Be whoever you want to be. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. You know, find ways to monetize yourself. Yes. Make the money that you want to make through certain things. You know, if you have hobbies and skills like that. But when it comes down to it, the root of what you're supposed to be doing is like giving back to the world whatever it is that the universe has blessed you with. Okay? So through your life experiences, you've healed a lot. You've gained a lot of wisdom. You've become a source of healing for many people. And this is something that you probably are meant to do. But you're not meant to do it from a space of being validated. You're meant to do it from a space of realness and teaching. Like, I'm getting some of you are meant to be teachers. You're just meant to live and teach people through what it is that you experience while living, or teach people through you being willing to stand on your own. Like, some of y'all are meant to stand on your own. Still be around people. You're not going to be lonely. Like I said, some of y'all, your family's going to support you. You know, there's going to be a lot of people that support you. Even if it's just soul family. Like, some of y'all are going to gain soul family through the things that you fight for, the causes that you speak up about, the people that you choose to support. Like, you're going to gain support through doing that, and real genuine support as well. Not fake support, not, oh, we love that you posted that. We love that you did this. Oh, that was exactly what I wanted to see type of support. No, I'm getting like, you're going to get people who hop on board who are like, wow, we need more people like you in the world. We want to see more people like you, Pile 3. I love that you are willing to talk about that. I love that you are willing to be vulnerable like that. I love that you are willing to, you know, share your wisdom and basically prepare us for our own experiences. They'll love that. Even the people you might be competing with. If you're competing with people right now, some of those people are going to come to you and go, wow, like, I'm amazed. Because what you don't know is, too, for some of you, some of the people that you may even be competing with aren't competing with you. Yeah. That's the real tea. Some of y'all may feel like people around you are competing with you, and some people actually aren't competing with you. There's just a part of you that feels like you have to compete. For some reason. It's like, instead of playing it like we're all a team, or we're all in this together, or we should all be in this together, there may be a part of you that's like, oh, well, I got to show up like this because I need to make this person know that I'm on top. And it's nothing wrong with being on top of your game. But what you need to realize is you are a leader of a community. Okay? So even if you are the conductor, like I said, of the orchestra, you still are technically orchestrating. Okay? So there's still people around you that you are orchestrating. You're not always alone. You're not always going to be alone. There's always going to be people around that you are actually relating to. Connect with those people. Connect with the people that you actually relate to. Connect with the people that you actually feel some sort of draw to. Don't be intimidated by somebody's greatness. Be inspired by somebody's greatness, right? This is even giving me the vibe of like, not trying to be controversial, not me squeaking too. But Nicki Minaj, no shade to Nicki, it's all kinds of talk about her. I don't want to get into it, but people like Nicki Minaj is probably one of the greatest female rappers of all time, right? And for some people, she is the one, only one. And I'm not knocking the people who believe that. But the problem is that you can be a great and still support other people that are great. You don't have to be the one at the top and tear other people down in the process, or be the one at the top and only do it to make the people from your past feel bad, or whatever it is. Like, the way that you make the most impact is by being the most authentic, most real, most open, most empathic version of yourself. Even if you are, passionate about certain causes or angry about certain things. Like, to teach people from a space of being like, yes, these things make me angry, but we should all be angry about this. And not like, oh, we should all be angry about this, we hate these people, anything like that. But no, like, injustice in the world. Let's all band together and talk about how this is wrong. Let's talk about how people don't care enough about kids in the world. Let's talk about how people don't care enough about this in the world. Like, let's talk about how we need to heal this within society and within romantic dynamics and all this stuff. Like, whatever angle you're coming from, I'm getting like, just be honest and real and vulnerable and transparent and, empathize, but also recognize that you have a specific role to play, and it's not to be liked. It's not to be liked. It's to make a change. Okay? So that's what I have. Don't feel guilty for growing either, pile 3. Some of you are meant to grow and expand and all kinds of stuff. Don't feel bad about that. But that's all that I have in this pile. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Hi, pile 4. You're the pile that chose image 4. Not my throat messing up when I got in pile 4. Pile 4, I'm sorry. But I'm not, because, do I need to apologize for my throat? I don't know. This message is interesting. This message is interesting. It's always so interesting to me. Before we actually get into this message, let's get into the numbers and signs that are most relevant. Hold on, let me sip my water. Some of y'all need to stay hydrated, or maybe you are always hydrated, and we love that for you. Pile 4. Now, numbers and signs that are relevant. I'm seeing 13, 48, 40, 16, 39, and 41. All right. Somebody could be a Scorpio. Someone could be a Aries, a Taurus, Leo, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Leo again, Aries, Taurus, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, Moon, and specific, Taurus or Libra. Did I say 16 was out here or no? Because I just realized it was there if I didn't say it. Cancer or Leo. Dang, hold on. Why I'm confused? Why am I confused all of a sudden? Oh, no. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Capricorn. Capricorn and Sagittarius, Taurus and Gemini, Taurus, Libra, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Capricorn, Sag, Aries, Virgo, Gemini, Cancer. Okay. I heard two songs when I got into the pile. I heard You in Your Hand by Pink. Okay, You in Your Hand. And I also heard Your Love is King by Sade. Look at how they got these 4-letter names. Somebody got a 4-letter name. But is it Your Love is King or is it Love is King? You know. Somebody in here, you know. I don't know. I don't know if you know, but I'll put it down in the description. But what I'm picking up on in this pile, okay, this message is kind of complex. Because I'm picking up on an energy where I'm trying to figure out what you desire or what you define as future success. One thing that I'll say as a side note in this message, if you feel like you're not completely sure what you define as your future success or what it is that you want at this time, definitely take some time to figure out what you want. All right. Or what you view as important, or what you feel is valuable, or what you deem as happiness. Because maybe you've been kind of muddled in the process of just existing. You know, social media will convince us that certain things are right. Friends, peers, stuff like that will show us that things are, oh, this is what you want and this is what you don't want. I'm just getting a vibe where like really honing in on what you want and what you define as important. Especially if you are intuitive, maybe what you feel you see in your future is important, then, you know, do that. Take that time for yourself. Now, when it comes to what the key to your future success is, this pile actually has a lot to do with your love life. Okay, maybe something that you view as successful for you is like your love life. Like maybe it's not successful right now, but something that you do want to have success in is love. You want to have a solid relationship. You want to have a healthy partner. You want to have a love that's going to last. And if that is something that you're aiming for, I feel like that's beautiful. I feel like a lot of you are currently in a phase of life where you have been on your own, or you have been studying yourself. You have been prioritizing your health. Some of you are being very particular about who you sleep with or who you are around while you're in this process of becoming more comfortable with yourself and growing consciously. And this is really good because in each pile, I wanted to highlight something that you were doing right. All right. So something that you are doing right is like learning you. If you are taking some time to figure out what you view as important and what you want and weighing out your options and stuff like that, that is absolutely correct. Like you should be doing that right now. This could even be in your job space, Pile 4, if you're in a spot where you're like, okay, I'm at a job, but do I want to work for myself? Do I feel like this is the only job that I need? You know, I'm getting the energy of someone like stacking up money to figure out if they should leave a job, or stacking up money to figure out if they should start this business or if they should expand on this business. If you own a business, that's great. They're saying like that's a good thing. You should be owning this business right now, and you should be figuring out how you want to expand. A lot of you are meant to be focused on yourself, self-love, your health, the things that you're manifesting. If you're someone that journals, you should be journaling right now. If you're someone that is making a vision board, you should be making the vision boards. You should be figuring out what you want to manifest. This is the right thing to do. But something that you're doing wrong is, and I'm going to see what this is, because I'm seeing this from a romantic standpoint, especially with me channeling You in Your Hand and then Your Love is King, because I'm getting this vibe of like a differentiation. Is that a word? Differentiating between love and lust in this pile. Okay. And it's not to say that any of you in here don't know the difference, but somebody in here might not. Somebody in here, you've been operating from a space of lust. for a while now. And it's gotten to the point where you're like, this is like crazy, but this is what I'm channeling. Some of you, you've gotten to the point where it's like, do I want to, get myself off, or do I want someone else to get me off? Like, you might be in that spot because your heart's not in it. Your heart's not in it. Your heart is not involved at all. When you think about your love life, some of you are in a spot where it's like, do I want to sleep with myself? Like, do I want to please myself, or do I want someone else to sleep with me? And your spirit team want you to know that that's wrong. The reason why they want you to know that that's wrong is because, first off, if that's what you've been basing your love connections off of, and I don't feel like it's because you're shallow or anything like that. Maybe some of you have shallow tendencies, but I'm not getting that it's just because you're shallow in this pile. I'm getting more so an energy here of someone that, like, again, you've been operating from ego. You're not using your heart right now. You're not trusting your intuition right now. You're not feeling your feelings right now. And because you're not in that space of feeling your feelings, you're being led by your desires and the things that you desire on a more physical level, on a more surface level type of vibe. Does it look good? When I'm in the room, do they look good? When I'm, do they have a nice car? Do they have this? Do they have that? Like, some of you are basing your connections off of that. And it's hindering you. Because some of you are meant to be in a, like, solid relationship. Or you should be aiming to meet a spouse. You don't need to be looking into connections that are just based off of, like, your body. Like, maybe some of you are learning to love your body, and you love your body, and you are taking care of yourself and all of this stuff. And don't get me wrong, like, you can get to know people and explore your options and all kinds of stuff. But I'm kind of getting this energy where, like, beyond just your body being a temple and maybe wanting other people to see you or value you or just to experience more than one person, your life force energy, pile 4, is really important in this pile. Somebody in here, like, you got some real potent energy. You got some real potent energy, pile 4. You need to be very careful about who you give your energy to. Okay? Especially if I'm talking to you. I could be talking to a man or a woman, but especially if I'm talking to a man. Is this the image of the man? I can't remember what image this is. If this is the man's hand image, please be cautious of where you put your energy, because even though there may be an ego stroke in the idea, and some of you have outgrown this, so this is not for everybody. But again, even though society may frame it as an ego stroke to have more than one option, some of you are spreading that good energy thin. You got all kinds of people out there with all kinds of your energy, and the things that you've been trying to call in for yourself, some of you are still very abundant and are still very, like, successful people. But the things that you've been calling in for yourself have been delayed and or siphoned from other people. You might think that you're gaining good energy by who you're sleeping with, but some of these people are taking your energy, boo. And it's been delaying you from what you actually want, sidetracking you from what you actually want. Because again, in the process, I think you've lost track of how you feel. There's something here about needing to feel a bit more. To think more long term than, like, temporary pleasure, if you're in that spot. Like, if you want people to admire your body, go to a beach. Go to a beach. Post a picture or something. I don't know. Do something that does not entail you giving your energy to more than one person, because some of y'all do not need to be spreading your energy out. And maybe that's what you used to do, and you've been cleaning up, and you haven't been doing that, which again, you're on the right track by doing that. Being more discerning of who you give your energy to is great. That's exactly what you need to do, because now the things you can manifest have broadened. All right. The capacity that you can manifest at as well has, like, expanded. Some of you got a lot of good stored manifestation energy inside of you. Now, and you want to be more particular about who you give it to. And some of you, you're like, should I give it to myself or should I give it to someone else? Some of y'all, I'm not going to lie, like, I don't even know if you should be giving it to yourself. I don't even know if you need to be overindulging in anything too lusty right now. Some of y'all are not meant to be doing anything too lusty right now because you need to be connecting with your heart. Okay? You can still enjoy yourself, but be particular about who you do it with and focus more on the emotional connections you build rather than the lusty bonds you have, because that is going to be a issue when it comes to what your future success entails. Now, for others of you though, if this isn't just about you operating from a space of lust and not knowing whether you want to give to yourself or other people and, feeling conflicted and all of this stuff, some of you, what you need to know is if you are currently working from a space of, should I do my own thing or should I compete? That is going to be a blockage. That's also a bad thing. Something that you're doing wrong is being torn between doing your own thing, being your own person, walking your own path, being in your own lane, and trying to either keep up with other people and or compete with certain people. Some of you like competition, and I'm not blaming you for it. The healthy competition is a good thing. I brought this up in another pile. Healthy competition is understandable. So some of you, you're like, I want to be the best in this field. I want to do the best in this thing. I want to just be the best. But I'm getting an energy here where you need to be the best version of you. That's really what you need to do in order for you to succeed. You don't have to worry about what other people are doing or whether you're better than somebody else or what you look like in a certain lane. Like, again, when you create your own lane, there's no one, unless people want to compete with you, there's no one to compete with. It's just you. It's you versus you. Some of y'all need to be in the mindset of it's me against me. If it's you against you right now, great. That's another great thing, because I am getting this energy where it's like, and even with the idea of competition, like, don't get me wrong, again, I feel like I gotta over-explain myself in this mouth. Don't get me wrong again, but somebody in here, again, competing is not a bad thing, but you don't even need to compete with yourself. Like, just keep going. Just try your best, keep going, and aim to expand. Aim to expand. Don't be mean to the old versions of you. Even the versions of you that I'm talking about where it's like you might have been putting lust first. You might have been spreading your energy thin. You might have been competing. Don't be mean to those versions of you, because those versions of you made you who you are today. But who you are today should absolutely be the best version of you. All right? As long as you're aiming to be better, you're always going to be the best version of you. This reminds me, I was helping my nephew with his homework one day, and he's a Gemini. Somebody in here, you can be a Gemini. He was doing his homework and he was learning cursive, and he basically was like, I think he was disassociating a little bit because he was like bored, and I understood why, but he started drawing all these G's on the paper, and he's like, rate the G's, like, can you rate these G's, rate the G's for me? And I'm looking at all the G's, and a couple minutes ago, he didn't want to write anything at all. So for him to sit there and write all the G's, which he was supposed to do, for him to write all the G's, I'm like, I can give you a valid rating system, but I'm going to give you 10s across the board because you tried. Because a couple of minutes ago, you were not trying. And the fact that you wrote all these G's and completed your paper means that you did a great job. And he was so thrown off. He's only 8. He was so thrown off because in his mind, he's like, but you don't think this is a 7? You don't think this is a 6? Like, you don't think that this one is bad? Is this one not bad to you? Like, you're telling me all of these are perfect? And I'm like, all of these are perfect because you actually tried. And that may be relevant for somebody in here. Like, there may be a part of you that really wants to critique yourself, or who's being really hard on yourself for every version that you've been in your life, or for everything that you've ever done, or for everything that you've ever completed. But I'm getting this energy where it's like, everything that you did was still the best at the time that you did it. All right. So don't be hard on yourself in that regards. And if this is love related, maybe that's the thing too. Like maybe some of you guys are like, I don't know, but that one ex I had was the best. And that other person I talked to was this way. And I don't know, I had a better job back then and I should have did this and that. It's always going to be better if you perceive it that way. Pile 4. It's always going to be better if you perceive it that way. If you say that was the best thing for you, it's going to be the best. But if you feel like there's something better, something's going to be better. And even if it's not a better for other people, if it's a better for you, if you view this thing as better, your perception of something is more important than other people's. Okay? Some of y'all need to be aiming for, like I said, financial stability and long-term investments, but more so like, again, investments that you feel are worth investing in long-term. You need to be looking for connections that you feel are worth investing in long-term. Things that you want to pour into, things that you want to ground. Why is this the key to your success? Getting clear on what you want and investing in the things that you view as long-term. Because I feel like there's a certain level of discipline that you have to exhibit in order for you to not be swayed off this path. When things are very clear to you, at some point things are going to be real clear to you. Something's going to be real clear. At some point when you define whatever it is that's real clear to you, what you feel you deserve, what direction you're supposed to be going in, what you want to pour into, what makes you happy, there's going to be people that are going to try to sway you off that path. All right? People that are going to try to sell you less. People that are going to want you to compete with them. People that are going to want to, I don't know, distract you from what is more in alignment with you. And in order for you to succeed, your key to success is getting out of your head about, some of y'all are in your head about something. What is this about? Some of y'all are stuck on the past. There's things from your past that you're stuck on. Some of you have a hard time with changing your perspective about the things from the past. All right. It could be a literal person from your past. It could be a way that you showed up in the past. Like this could even be like a vibe where it's like, even though I feel like you're a better version of yourself, maybe you do have a glory days. Pile 4. Maybe there's something about your past that you really loved and you're like, I don't know, that was the best thing. I'm getting like somebody really defines what was the best. Like you get really focused on what was the best out of things, and I don't think you realize that there could always be something better. And not from a space of like just throw away the old thing and move on to the next, but more so like as you evolve, so does your standards. So something about your standards from the past, they don't align with you now. Maybe in the past, your standard was like, I'm trying to compete with people. It's either me against other people, or, you know, it's me wanting to either focus on myself or sleep with these certain types of people. Like, I don't know. There's something going on here where it's like a tug of war for you when it comes to you moving forward and staying the same. Yeah. You might be a little stubborn. Yeah, you might be a little stubborn. Pile 4. You're being told to keep manifesting how you are, the opportunities that you're manifesting. Like something about your current reality is in alignment. Some of y'all are doing something right. Like I said, if you own a business, or some of you could be in school for something. Some of you are working on like figuring out new ways to make money, or new people you want to connect with, or you're exploring your options. You're not committed right now because you're trying to figure out who you want to commit to, and you know, you're focused on your spiritual growth and all of this stuff. Like I'm getting, that's good stuff. But what you want to be weary of are, what should they be careful about? Because your advice is more of a warning. What's their advice? Why would this be their advice? Some of y'all got to get out of like some sort of indecision you've been in. If you're indecisive about where you're headed, You need to just get clear on what you want and zone in on that. Once you get clear, you don't need to second guess. You need to just trust yourself and focus on that thing. Yeah. And aim for expansion, not for perfection, not to be better than the past. Just aim to grow, to build. Okay? Aim to be happy. Focus on how you want to feel rather than how you used to feel. Stop chasing the highs of your past. If you're someone that chases the highs of your past, like, this don't feel like how that old thing felt. This don't feel like, don't do that. Figure out how you can make the most of what is. And honestly, I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad. If there is something from your past that you really feel is like, no, but that's what I want, then focus on that thing. But when you choose to focus on that thing, really stick to that path, because you're only going to expand by prioritizing expansion. Okay? And expansion isn't always spreading yourself thin. Sometimes it's enduring something long enough to see it grow. Recognizing that you're worthy of this thing growing. Recognizing that you're worthy of certain experiences or whatever it is. Not settling for less. Not trying to put on airs for other people. Okay? So this pile was a little draining. Pile 4, you drained me a little bit. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Hi, pile 5. You are the pile that chose image 5. I don't know if I said that. I don't know if I said that in other piles. I normally do, but I don't know why. I don't know why saying it in this pile felt so significant. But let's talk about the numbers and signs that are relevant in this pile 5. Somebody could be 38. I'm seeing 17, 51, 26, 43, and 35. Those could be relevant numbers for those of you in this pile. Someone could be a Scorpio or Sagittarius. Sagittarius again. I'm seeing Leo and Virgo. Cancer and Gemini. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Leo and Virgo again. Cancer and Leo. Leo and Virgo. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Capricorn, Sag. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, Aries, Leo, Sag, Libra could be significant in this pile. Okay. Some of you are very sensitive in this pile 5. Or you're growing more sensitive. Like, so sensitive to the point where, like, you need to eat cleaner. I don't know if any of you are not eating cleaner in this pile, or if you aren't someone that, eats majority vegetables or fruits or anything like that. But I'm getting like, this is important for my pile 5s. Your diet is important across the board, actually. How you choose to consume your food, as well as your media, your music, books, people, like, this is significant. The things that you are taking in is significant in this pile. Because you're very sensitive. Somebody in this pile is very sensitive. That's like a very strong message here. So if you don't realize how sensitive you are, pile 5, I'm here to tell you that you're very sensitive. And you need to be more particular about who you share your energy with. Okay? Now, for many of you in this pile, your key to future success is focusing on a goal, something that you want to accomplish. Something that you want to accomplish, something that you view as important, something that other people may be worried about that you really don't need to worry about. Like, I don't know what these people are worried about or what these people are trying to make you feel worried about. But I'm getting an energy here of somebody that needs to keep their eye on a certain prize, something that may currently feel impossible, but it isn't. Okay, this could even be something in regards to a relationship. I don't know if you guys are currently in a relationship or not, or if there is something that you're pursuing. Okay, is this the pile with Olandria? Y'all, is this the pile with Olandria? Because I'm picking up on an energy in the pile of like a relationship. And it wasn't intended, like I didn't choose Olandria specifically because I'm just like, oh, let me look into Olandria. But I am getting an energy in this pile of someone that could potentially be in a relationship, or maybe you're aiming to move into a certain type of relationship. And I feel like this is going to work out for you. Some of you, something that you're currently doing right, because I wanted to look at what you're doing right and what is wrong, or potentially what you're doing wrong. Right now, why am I having so many like brain farts in this file? Something that you're doing right, because I wanted to look at what you guys were doing right, what you're doing wrong, and like your key to success. Okay, something that you could be doing right now, pile 5, is overcoming some form of anxiety and speaking your mind. Okay, this could be online, this could be in person, this could be at a job. This could be within your community. There's something here about you being able to be a little bit more vocal or outspoken that is benefiting you currently. All right. This is something that you're doing right. Overcoming your fears and speaking up is something that you're doing right, because there could have been a period of time in your life where you allowed your fears, whether it's fears of being judged or fears of being ridiculed or anything like that, to get in the way of you showing up fully. And I do see an energy here of you showing up fully in the world right now, posting how you want to, maybe showing up how you want to physically, showing up how you want to vocally when you're talking to people. There's like an energy here of you being very authentic, very unapologetic, and that being great. That's great. But something that I am seeing that you're doing wrong currently is some of you are really torn between, and this kind of came up as a theme in another pile, but I'm kind of getting this vibe with somebody being torn between being liked and doing you. All right? Like either being liked and doing you, or being around people that like who you are or who celebrate who you are. And I'm not getting that that's a bad thing. The reason why it's coming up as something wrong is because some of you could be like selling yourself short or playing yourself small. And I don't know if this is like a friend group thing or a community thing. It may be like a community thing. Maybe where you currently live is very like, it's your home. It could be your hometown. It could be where you've always been. And there could be a part of you that's like, this is where I want to be. This is where I'll expand. This is the best place for me. But some of you may be like needing to move forward or expand in other arenas. Travel, go to other places. Like there's something here about you expanding beyond where you currently are. This could also just be arenas of work. Maybe you've mastered a certain skill in an arena of work and now it's time for you to expand in another arena. But for some reason, you're having a hard time with doing that. For some of you, the reason why you have a hard time with doing that is because you like how people are treating you. Okay? You like how people are treating you. You like how people are viewing you. For some of you, if this is a relationship situation and you're not in it, like maybe you set boundaries with somebody. Some of y'all could have closed out a cycle in a relationship. Maybe you had anxiety around closing out this cycle. Because for some of you, I was getting, you're in a relationship and it's positive. But for others of you, you could be in a relationship and it's not that positive. Maybe you've had anxiety around leaving it or around whatever it is you were feeling while in it. And now you're in this space of wanting to leave something behind. But again, maybe what that thing was for you was very ideal. Okay? People may have felt like you were ideal in that situation, or your partner's ideal, or just the setup of it all was what you wanted it to be, what they wanted it to be. Mm-hmm. But it's funny because regardless of whether this is about a love situation, a living situation, a job, or anything like that, your key to success is really for you to like tap into what it is you feel on a soul level, or what you feel on like a really deep emotional level, and for you to commit to that path. Now, if it is a relationship and other people, like for some of you that are single, maybe you want to be in a relationship, but other people love you single. You're like, nah, I think I really want to commit to this person. It might be time for you to commit to someone. All right. It might be time for you to make something more solid. If this is a job situation, some of you guys are like, I don't know, I'm kind of sad at this job. I want to expand in this other arena. People might be saying like, oh no, we love you in that arena. We love that you're doing this thing, but you want to move forward. It's time for you to move forward. For a lot of you, it's time for you to face your fears and move forward. Rather you be at a job where people really value you, and maybe you really enjoy the validation. Maybe you really enjoy the fact that they love you so much, or that you feel indispensable, or people feel like how you are right now is exactly how they want you to stay forever. Like some people want you to stay the same forever. They don't want you to expand beyond whatever arena you're in. They don't want you to meet new people. They don't want you to grow. That's what I'm getting. I'm really getting some people don't want you to grow. But it might be time for you to grow. It might be time for you to grow. Whether it's you growing within a relationship, maybe some of you are going to get married or be more committed because, again, when we talk about this whole sensitivity thing, some of you could be so sensitive that, like, you know, you need to be very particular about who you are dating, who you're giving your time and your energy to. And there could be people in your energy who are like, oh no, like don't be in a commitment, like stay single. We want you to stay single because I'm a better option. I'm the better option. I'm this person. But maybe some of you know, like, no, I think I found someone that I want to commit to. So I'm going to go towards that person. Or it's a thing where you're like, you know, some people are like, oh, you want to leave this job? We love what you do in this job, but we love that you do this thing. We love how you do it like this. We don't want you to change things up. We want you to keep it the same. Some of you may be like, no, like deep down in my soul, I have a vibe. Like I'm getting this vibe that I need to go this other path. I need to start this other thing. No matter how successful or celebrated you feel in this one area of life, you know that it's time for you to commit to something else, or for you to expand in another arena. For some reason, expanding on this thing is like you got to face a fear. There's some level of fear here. You could be afraid to do this. The reason why this is your key to success, you facing your fears and committing to something, is because, one, some of you have been overthinking it. Like, I don't want to say it's not that deep, but for some of you, it's like something that you've been overthinking, you should have been took action on. You should have been committed to this person. You should have been, you know, set those boundaries. You should have been left that job. You should have been moved away from that area. You should have been moved out of that arena. Like there's something here about something that you should have been did that you may not have done. And it's time. It's time for you to do it. Now, for another group of you though, if this is about like a relationship situation, this could even be a friend situation, but for some of y'all, it's like a relationship situation. But if it is a friend situation, it doesn't matter. Even if there's people around you that are like, woohoo, you know, I love when you're like this. I love that you're just this regular way. I love that even if you're setting boundaries and things, people are like, oh, I love you like this. There's something here about you intuitively knowing that either someone, like, I'm getting like and this isn't for everybody, but I'm getting like a vibe of like, either you know that someone has betrayed you already. Like if this is a partner, some of y'all know somebody betrayed you. Either you know somebody betrayed you already, so you know you don't need to be talking to them. Some of y'all know that these people around you are only celebrating you because you are how you are. But if you were who you wanted to be, they wouldn't like you. Like some of y'all know like, oh no, if I was really being who I wanted to be, you wouldn't like me. If I was really saying what I needed to say, you probably wouldn't be feeling this. I'm getting like, if you know that that's potentially what would happen, that's exactly what needs to happen. Because you've been alerted by the divine. Like, some of y'all are very connected to the divine. The divine is telling you where you're supposed to go. If you feel like you're supposed to be committing to someone, that's what you're supposed to be committing to. If you feel like you're supposed to be working on some sort of new job, that's what you're supposed to be working on. If you feel like you're supposed to be cutting somebody off, you should be cutting that person off. Yeah. Why? Because it's really just giving me that you're very intuitive. You're sensitive enough to pick up on when things are off. So somebody in here, things are off somewhere in your life. No matter how good it looks, no matter how much people celebrate you, no matter how much people think you're fine and people think you're cool and they want you to stay there or anything like that. Some of y'all know that there's something here where it's like, I'm getting like a vibe where it's like, even if this is like a relationship thing, like you're ready to commit to somebody, but you have people around you that are like, no, like, leave that situation, or no, like, either people want you to leave a situation or people want you to stay in something. And I'm getting the reason why. Why do they want them to stay the same? This could be family or people you view as family. Some people want you to stay the same because they're like, you're family though. I also get some people want you to stay the same because they know that if you were to move towards what you wanted, that is family. That is what you want. There's something here about what you really want. Something that would really emotionally fulfill you. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I do feel like there are people in your environment currently that do love you. People do love you. People love you how you are. People love you for what you've accomplished. People, people. I'm hearing the old Kanye type of vibes. Like, some of y'all, people like you for being who you used to be, always have been. The problem here is that for some of you, there's something here where, like, I don't know why I'm getting like somebody, the same people that are like wanting you to stay the same are the same people that would like betray you or something like that. And I know for somebody in here, you might be like, that's extreme, but I'm kind of getting that vibe. Like, if you were to stay in the same spaces you've been in or be around certain people, these are the same people that probably would be bothered by you changing. Like I said, like, where I'm like, there's a part of you that's like, but if I were to be who I really want to be, you wouldn't like me. I think you're absolutely right. I feel like if you were to be exactly who you want to be, there are people in your energy that would probably judge you for this. Yes. Like, there are people that you're connected to or who you're cool with that basically would bully you if you were to fully be in alignment with where you want to go. So if you've been feeling pulled to set boundaries or speak your mind or say certain things recently or do what you want to do or whatever it is, you're not wrong. And ultimately, I really get the vibe where it's like, if you want to just focus on you, rather that be you leave a relationship behind, because maybe some people are like, no, stay with that man. Don't leave that man. That's a good man. That's a good man, Savannah. I'm getting somebody in here. You might have people around you that's like, that's a good person. That's a good thing. If you know that it isn't good for you, do what's best for you. For some of you, doing what's best for you is focusing on you. Doing what's best for you is ignoring someone, no longer talking to a person. Doing what's best for you is leaving a situation behind that feels like you can't be yourself and focusing on what feels like you can be yourself, or people that make you feel like you can be yourself. Like, there's something here about that. Being around people who are fair. Yeah. Connecting with people that you feel like you can be both strong and soft with. Yeah, some of y'all, either you're currently with somebody, I'm really getting this. Either you're currently in a relationship where you get to be yourself, or you want to move towards one, or you're in an arena where you are being yourself, but people are like, oh, we like this version of you, don't evolve. It's like something here about you wanting to evolve. And maybe people being weird about it. Even if it's a positive evolution, like, again, you want to be married, you want to move forward, you want to do all of this. There's something about people being your energy, being mad about it for some reason. Like, if you were to get married, they would be mad. If you were to be in this relationship, they might be mad. If you were to start that job or change up your vibe, they would be mad. Start that business, they would be mad. Like, something about somebody in your energy being mad, or if not mad, like, what is this? I feel like a cycle would close, and the cycle would close around people who, I don't know, people who either had a certain image of you that wasn't real. It might even be a thing where it's like the people who wanted to be in a commitment with you. Some of y'all got people who don't want you to change because they're like, my turn. But it's like, maybe you found somebody where it's like, nope, no more turns. Like, I know who I want. So it is what it is. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Look at my throat. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. All right, pile 6. Last but not least, I got to speed this up because my phone might be getting kind of low on the battery. But pile 6. Let's get into the numbers and signs that are most relevant in this pile. I'm seeing 36, 1, 53, 24, 8, 1, and 16. All right, somebody could be a Virgo or a Libra. Someone could be an Aquarius or a Capricorn, a Leo or a Virgo, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, Cancer or Gemini, Scorpio, Leo or Virgo, Aquarius or Capricorn, Cancer or Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Cap, Sag, Libra, Taurus, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay. Somebody in this pile, you are very intuitive. And I was picking up on this message in a couple of other piles, but I am getting a real strong vibe that some of you are very intuitive in this pile. Somebody in this pile should do some book divination. When we get off of, I want to say off the phone, when you get off of this video, some of you would benefit from grabbing a book and doing book divination. I don't know if you're looking for answers to something, a message. I just saw 144 on the timestamp. Yeah, because I'm getting this energy where it's like some of you are mediums. You have mediumship abilities, or your guides are like heavily around you right now. So you definitely need to trust your guides. And it's funny because in your pile, and I was giving every pile a message around what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, and then the key to their success and things like that. Something that you're actually doing right now, pile 6, is listening to your guides. Some of you have a masculine figure in particular on the other side that is giving you guidance, and you're really listening to that guide. This guy could be a Sag, an Aries, or a Scorpio. They don't have to be. You could be those signs as well. And they don't even have to be a masculine. This could be a feminine as well. But there's something here about somebody on the other side that's giving you guidance. They're coming up as a heavy masculine energy. You could be a masculine energy or operating from that space, but it feels like there's a guide on the other side that's giving you advice on how to move and how to evolve right now. And whatever he's telling you to do is the right thing to do. This could even simply be just God. Pile 6. Some of you are listening to God, to the universe, to source, and you are getting the right advice and you're taking it, and that's great. Okay? Because I definitely get the vibe that some of you are releasing some level of like codependency to people, maybe feeling like other people are here to fix you, or feeling like you need other people to feel whole or valued. You're breaking out of that. You're moving into a new phase of life where you're trying to connect with people who are whole within themselves, or trying to connect with people that make you feel more included rather than tolerated. You know, if you ever felt like you had to show up a certain way for certain people, and you couldn't be yourself, or that they wouldn't love you for who you are, you're breaking out of that. Because for a lot of you, that stems from your upbringing. Okay? Maybe you have a father wound in this pile. Maybe you have a father wound. Maybe you have wounds around masculine figures, or just an energy here of you not being as grounded when it comes to your emotions in certain dynamics. And this has really hindered you in different areas of life. Pile 6. Some of you are really good communicators, or are meant to be in some form of communication, like a podcast, a YouTube. You're supposed to be doing blog posts. You're supposed to write a book. Like, I'm getting something here about you needing to be a communicator for other people. Again, if you're a medium, you can have mediumship abilities. You're meant to be channeling the things that certain guides are saying to people, or deities, goddesses, whatever it is. I'm just getting this energy here of someone knowing how to channel. Some of you are a channel. Real heavy in this pile. Some of you could even be musically inclined, or like you're artist and you channel through that, whether you know it or not. So if you've been feeling compelled to start certain things, to keep investing in certain projects, to expand in certain arenas, to connect with certain people, whatever it is, I'm getting you're on the right path. However, there is somebody or something about your life or about your reality right now that you're stressed out about. I don't know if it's a specific person that you're stressed out about, or if it is a way of living that you want to be in that you're stressed out about. Okay? I didn't name all the signs in other piles when it came to people and things, but for this pile in particular, I don't know why I feel compelled to name the signs. Some of you guys could be stressed out about a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in specific, or this person. Or you have, or yeah, some of you could be stressed out about this person. Others of you, this could be in your chart. Like, you could have those placements in your chart, but some of y'all are stressed out about some sort of money situation. I don't know if this person is funding you. I don't know if this is, like, again, a family member that you provide for. This could also be your energy. Like, maybe some of you want to show up in a way where you're valued, but in like a toxic way. Or somebody in your energy that you lean on. It's like the dynamic is a little toxic. And not toxic in a way where it's like, oh, we have some things to work on, we'll work on it. No, I'm getting like, you might have somebody in your energy that you, I don't know, feel judged by, or feel like they are doing things right, and you're doing things wrong, or you feel guilty for some reason in regards to this person. I don't know if this is an ex for you. You could be comparing yourself to people who have certain things that you don't right now. Like, if you are being pulled to go in a certain direction when it comes to your career or your love life or anything like that, there could be people in your energy that you're like concerned about judging you, or who you're concerned about like outdoing you, or yeah. Like, some of you are worried about people from your past who either have some level of control over you, or who make you feel like they have control, like they know better. I'm hearing that song from Rapunzel. It's like mother knows best. Like I'm getting that energy. Like somebody, this could be your mom. Some of y'all have a mother figure. Maybe you rely on your mom financially. Or maybe your mom relies on you financially. There's something here about this maternal energy that makes you feel fearful. I don't know why you're afraid. Some of you are afraid to expand because of this person, or some of you are just afraid of expanding in general. Some of y'all worry about that money. Yeah. This could also be a father figure. Somebody in your energy that is not in alignment with your future. Or this energy right here is not in alignment with your future. Like some of you are loyal to something or someone. It could even just simply be money. Some of you are really loyal to something that is not assisting you in moving towards your highest level of success. For some of you, it's a specific person. For others of you, it is a way of thinking, being, and it's blocking you. Because your key to success is like connecting with people, more like-minded people, venturing off into a certain field of work where people are going to really like this version of you, whatever version of you you're becoming, this passion project that you have, this thing that you're doing. Some of you are into pottery. Some of you are into music. Some of you are into public speaking, fashion, animals, writing. Like I said, like there's something that you want to do or a way that you want to be that is hindered by a connection that you have around you or a mindset that you have around yourself. For some of you, this could even have to do with your sexuality. Some of you are around people that do not support you for what you like or what you are into or something like that. Something in the energy. They either don't like the people that you would connect with on a friend basis or like a love basis. But the reason why connecting with more people, oh yeah, I gotta hurry up my battery. The reason why connecting with more people is a part of your success is because something about this energy, some of y'all have somebody in your energy that is either like keeping you under their thumb or you are comparing yourself to this person. So maybe you're trying to like be validated by this person. For some of you, this person does control you financially. For others of you, there's like an energy here of this person wanting to hold you back when it comes to growing financially. Who is this? This could also be someone that you have a child with. You don't have to. Or you are the child of this person. Yeah. Some of y'all are meant to be going towards something that's going to fulfill you emotionally. And this person may care a lot about money. And it's nothing wrong with caring about money. But how this person thinks about money would shame you when it comes to whatever you're supposed to be doing or who you're supposed to be around or what you're supposed to be exploring. This person would shame you or would make you feel anxious for some reason. Why? Could be a Libra or a Taurus as well. Why? This person wants you to, somebody might not want you to connect with certain people. Okay, if this is a sexuality thing, some people, this person, Leo is here as well. This person may not want you to connect with different types of people. For others of you, this person doesn't like you connecting with people who are, who would be more in alignment with the version of you that you want to be. Another group of you, I'm getting something here about like, if you were around more people that supported you for who you are or who would allow you to be more independent and not feeling like you need to be fixed by this person, you were around more people who were being independent and you could be independent with them, you would become more confident. And for some reason, I think this person likes that they think they're more confident than you, or they like the fact that you feel like they are superior to you, or that they know more, or that they are, I don't know, like I'm getting a weird vibe. Now, Don't get me wrong, that could be a projection. Maybe you feel like this person knows more than you. Maybe you feel like this person's doing better than you. Maybe you feel like this person is prettier than you, more attractive than you, and that's a projection. But from what I'm getting, it looks like this is a situation where, again, there's something that and maybe it's even, again, because I said it could just be you as well, like the mindset around you. Maybe you feel like you can't do certain things because you want to be validated. You know, there's certain perks to however you are currently operating, whether you're gaining something from a dynamic that is holding you back, or like financially or something, or there's something going on here where it's like you like how people view you. But ultimately, your best piece of advice is like, you need to follow your gut and stop overthinking things, and either say what you need to say, be who you want to be, or do what you want to do. Set whatever boundaries you need to set. Because some of you, again, if this is someone that's wanting to stay attached to you, if they're codependent on you, if they want to control you, if you're codependent on them, it really is hindering you from some level of, some of y'all is stardom. You're meant to be a star. Others of you, there's something here about like what would fulfill you emotionally. This could be a love situation that would fulfill you emotionally. This could be a situation where you want to heal something. Or it's like a dream that you want to pursue. This could even be healing something within yourself. Yeah. Like pursuing this path or following your gut or doing this thing would heal something within yourself. And what you don't realize is like maybe this person benefits from that thing that you don't heal, or from the version of you that you haven't became yet. So your key to success is aligning with more people who understand the version of you that you want to be, or the version of you that you know is going to be the happiest, that feels like they belong. Dating the people that you feel are going to support you, who really see you for who you are, things like that. This is significant. All right, so, and who allow you to grow on your own if you want to, you know? These aren't people who are telling you how you need to grow. They're just like letting you. That's something. Okay, that's all I got, y'all. I'm tired. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Hi, Pal 7. Pal 7, I almost forgot that you existed. And I'm so sorry about that. Like, not even in a weird, funny type of way. I actually thought I had 6 piles, and I plan on refilming the intro of the video because I think I only said something about 6, but I actually had 7 piles. So that could be significant. I don't know if some of you guys, it's giving me middle child vibes. I'm actually considered a middle child, and an older sibling too, but some of y'all could be middle children. Some of you could feel overlooked. Some of you could be the type of people that just don't always feel seen, Pile 7. And I apologize for not popping up sooner or recording this video sooner, because I lost track. I started editing the videos and then I realized, like, oh my goodness, when I looked at the slides that I did, I had 7. So that may be significant when it comes to your future success. I'm getting like dark horse energy. Like people may not expect you to be successful, or maybe people don't fully see the potential that you have that is about to come into fruition. But it's here and you are definitely going to be successful. Now, let's do the numbers and the signs in this pile, and then I'm going to get into your message. I'm seeing 40, 11, 27, 26, 16, 23, 36. These are the numbers that are most relevant in this pile. Somebody could be an Aries or a Taurus, a Scorpio or a Sagittarius, a Virgo or a Libra, a Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn, Leo or Virgo, Libra or Taurus, Cancer or Leo, Taurus or Gemini, Virgo or Libra, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aquarius, Aries, Libra, Pisces, Aquarius, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus, and Virgo may be relevant, okay? Did you hear Virgo? Virgo like barely came out. So what do you need to know in this pile 7? What is the key to your future success? Honestly, pile 7, it feels like the key to your future success is similar to another pile. It has a lot to do with you staying in your own lane and prioritizing the things that make you happy. Doing the work to heal how you need to, and affirming that what you want is coming into fruition. It sounds easier said than done, or even maybe a little too simple. Like, you might be like, that is what I'm doing. Because I am going to talk about what you're doing right currently, what could be seen as doing wrong, what you could be seeing, what you could be doing currently that could be seen as doing wrong. And then, like, the key to your success and everything in a second. But overall, like, across the board, I kind of get a simple answer to what you need to do. It's almost like trust the process. The key to your success is trusting the process, following your gut when it comes to what you're pursuing, not caring too much about the time that it takes and how long something comes into fruition. Just believing that it will, and loving it and nurturing it, and being as accurate and precise as possible, and accepting the fact that there will be people that don't understand your path, or there will be people that don't agree with what you're doing, but that doesn't mean that you are doing anything wrong. All right, that's something that somebody in this pile needs to know. I feel like your success has a lot to do with somebody in this pile just wants a very stable life. Okay, you could have like a heavy earth placement, or you have earth in your chart somewhere. I am getting money and things that you want, and legacy could be very important to you in this pile. But honestly, across the board, I'm getting like you want a stable life. You prioritize peace, and you could be around certain people that don't, or you are around certain people that want to kind of ruffle your feathers. Maybe they don't agree what you're doing for your career. Maybe they don't agree with how you dress or your style or what you practice spiritually. Like, there's definitely an energy here of having differences with others. I can't tell if these are people in your family that you have differences with, people in your career path that you have differences with, or if these are just everyday people. For some of you, this could be everyday people within society that don't agree with who you are or what you do. But I am getting a real strong message in this pile that regardless of how they feel, you are destined to be successful. And some of you, what you are currently doing right is defending your success. If there's something that you're currently pouring into that you're proud of, that you feel like you deserve to celebrate, or you feel like you've earned, some of you have recently been really defending yourself, or kind of putting it out there that certain things are going to come into fruition. You do believe that you're going to have success in this. You know that one day you're going to succeed or anything like that. Like, I do feel like some of you are becoming more confident in whatever it is that you're pursuing or how you're showing up in the world. And this is exactly how you need to show up. You could be defending a family dynamic that you're in. Maybe some of you have built families for yourself and people don't agree with how you raise your kids or what type of relationship you're in, and you're defending this dynamic and they're saying the good for you. Your guides are saying that's what you should be doing. For others of you, this could be a business that you own or a project that you built. Some of you are really actively defending things that you've built for yourself or how you show up in the world. And this is actually a good thing. This is good because you are meant to kind of maintain that flame that you have for your passions in the process of just letting things flow. Like I said, some of you, your progress is not going to be as quick as everybody else's. Your growth is not going to be as quick as everybody else's. The things that other people have obtained and been able to achieve within their lifetime, they may feel like, why hasn't Pile 7 achieved this? Or, Pile 7 should already have that. Pile 7 should already do this. Pile 7 should already be here. And what these people don't realize is your life is a long game. Your life is a long game. I'm not seeing you as being unsuccessful. I just see you being consistent, steady, and stable within yourself and within whatever it is that you've already built. If you have a community that you found, the people around you in your community love you. People may not understand your community, but the people do. If this is about a job that you're in, the people in this job may really love you. You may really love this job. You've been at this job for a while now and you plan on moving up in the company, but maybe other people don't like this job. Doesn't matter how other people feel. You like the job. If this is about a relationship that you're in, I don't know what your relationship is like. Maybe some of you are in something unconventional. You could be in something that is different from what other people are used to. Could be interracial, could be same sex, could be, different cultures, different belief systems, whatever it is. There could be people around you that don't agree with this dynamic, but you defending it is the right thing to do. Now, what the wrong thing to do would be, I'm about to drink some water. Hold on. What the wrong thing is in this situation, I drank water. I don't know if it made a difference, is apologizing. Surprisingly enough, pile 7. I'm like shocked by the information that's being given. Some of you, the bad thing that you would be doing right now is apologizing. If any of you have been apologizing for the risks that you've taken or the moves that you've made, maybe even the things that you failed to do in the past, or the people you've disappointed, like, don't do that. You don't have to do that. You don't have to apologize for you taking a risk on yourself. You don't have to apologize for, doing something that defied what other people viewed as successful or normal. If anything, I feel like your spirit team really want you to know that you don't have to administer any karma to anybody. You don't have to cuss anybody out. I mean, if you have to, do it. But I'm not getting that you have to do that. You don't have to cuss anybody out. You don't have to do anybody dirty or be really petty with people or anything like that, in order for you to be seen as successful. Because ultimately what I'm getting is, with time, you will be viewed as the victor, pile 7. Your key to success, like I said, is playing the long game, trusting the process, trusting your intuition, not second guessing what it is that you feel about a person, about a thing that you're invested in, about your kids. Like, maybe some of you had kids pretty young, or maybe some of you just have kids in general, or you raise your kids differently than other people. Don't apologize for how you're raising your kids. Don't apologize for what it is that you choose to do within your life. And if it isn't about kids, again, maybe it's a business, maybe it's how you show up in your family dynamics, maybe it's about your friendships and things like that. Seems like there's a lot of criticism going on around you, or from one specific person. Maybe it's a parental figure, maybe it's a family member, a lover, like an ex-lover, or friends even. I don't know. There's no need for you to apologize for being honest or being yourself. I don't feel like you were being rude by defending yourself. Some of you, if you want to make amends with people, or if you want to be cordial with people, you definitely can be the bigger person and reach out. Or, like, I don't know if anybody in this pile understands me when I say this, but sometimes, like, it's almost like, without a doubt, unless you really are being disrespected, being the bigger person is always the best way to go. And the reason why I'm saying that is because being petty garners karma. As soon as you want to do something out of spite, I don't know about y'all. I don't know about y'all, but this is how my life works. Maybe it's because I have some pretty, like, karmic, dharmic type of planets in my chart. And if you are someone that has very karmic planets in your chart, your birth chart is what I'm talking about, then you definitely can be the type of person where this resonates. So if you have like Libra, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Scorpio, maybe even Aquarius in your chart, Pisces, if you're someone that has these type of placements in your chart or are dominant in those placements, you don't really benefit from being messy with other people or being toxic with other people, because the universe has brought you here to learn a lesson. And it's almost like the same amount of good karma you gain for the hardships you go through is the same amount of bad karma you could gain from being a hardship for somebody else. And I mean like an intentional hardship, not like you were going through a hard time and somebody helped you. And, like for some of you, you've been through hard times and people had to help you because that was a karmic lesson for them. It was a karmic lesson for you as well, but it was a karmic lesson for them, because these people were maybe needing to not judge you or show empathy in times where they could have chosen to do you dirty. And if they chose to do you dirty instead, these people will get some form of karma. And if it's not now, it's later. For some of you, the karma that they'll receive later is you will succeed. You will succeed. Pile 7, you will succeed. These people may not see it now. These people may not understand why your life is playing out how it is now, or why you believe that you deserve certain things, or why you are, what your purpose is. Like, they may not understand your purpose, but I'm getting like, if you understand it and you know that you're on the right path, that's all that matters. Some of you need to change your perspective about the people who have done you wrong in the past, or the hardships that you have experienced in the past, or the things that you've done wrong in the past, because it ultimately led you to who you are today. And I brought this up in another pile. I don't know if I brought it up in the pile before this or which pile it was, but I'm getting that vibe. Like, forgive yourself for anything that you've been through in the past, or anything that you're embarrassed by, or whatever it is, any way you've shown up, because ultimately it is a flex to say that you've evolved past that. But also, who you were at that time may not have been the worst version of you. It was just a version that wasn't evolved. You didn't know better. You didn't know better, so you didn't do better, or you weren't mature enough, so you weren't able to react in a mature way, or, you needed time to learn. Like, some of you are being judged or treated bad for having to learn. And I think that you've defended yourself recently, or maybe you said something to people recently, or maybe you will in the future. If anybody says anything to you about who you are, or what you're building, or how you show up, or if they're judging you somehow, I feel like you won't have any issues with defending yourself. And in the process, you will be gaining good karma, because it's not like you're cussing people out or doing people dirty, but it's almost like the proof will be in the pudding for pile 7. All you have to do is stay the course and trust yourself. The proof will be in the pudding. So forgiving people and apologizing if need be, and being fair and being kind, is something that will be the key to your success, because regardless of how people treat you and you staying the course, regardless of how people treat you while you're staying the course, you will succeed. Okay? Keep that in mind. Like, somebody in this pile needs to know that they will succeed. If people choose to leave your life because they don't agree with what you're doing, that's okay. If you feel like there's somebody that you need to let go of and you feel bad about it, don't feel bad. Trust your gut. Let them go. You're good. And I feel like the reason why your guides are really trying to, double down on the fact that you'll be fine is because there's definitely somebody in your energy that will have the epiphany, that will have the realization later on that you were not wrong. That you were not wrong, that you were not being petty, that this wasn't a dumb investment, that you are not unworthy, that you are not ugly, or, dumb, or I don't know. And I don't want to say this stuff and trigger anybody, but for the people who have judged you in the past, they will be wrong. They will be wrong. They will be wrong. I'm just getting like, somebody could have been really arrogant about what they've said about you or how they view you, and you don't have to prove to them that things are going to work out. They just will. I'm also getting to forgive these people and understand that they are the reason why you're going to keep going as well. It's not that you're motivated by these people doubting you, but you are going to be someone that, like, even with this message, like, you're going to understand that you leading by example is going to inspire these people. Okay? You choosing to be a certain way will only rub off in a positive way for other people. You continuing to go after this dream, you being fair, you being graceful, and all these different things will only let these people know even further why you were worthy of whatever it is you achieve. So your biggest piece of advice is like, trust God. Trust God, trust the universe, trust the divine, whatever you believe in, and keep going. Keep going, keep studying, keep mastering your skills, keep honing in on how you can maintain this relationship and heal the situation. Some of you may want to get married, or you are married. If you're married to someone and people are like, oh, why are you married to this person? You know, this doesn't work out. This won't work out. Maybe you want to go to marriage counseling. Some of you guys are going to marriage counseling. Maybe some of you are going through a situation where people don't agree with whatever path you're on in your career. Again, if you can find different ways to stabilize what you're pursuing, do that. Do what you need to do to make sure that everything is in order. With this whole precision energy, make sure that everything is in order. There are going to be people that judge you. Yes, for some of you, there are people that are evil eyeing you. There are people that judge you for leaving them behind. There are people that judge you for defending what you do. There are people that judge you for being so kind. They may even view you as sneaky for being so kind. They view you as being shady for not defending yourself in a way that makes them look like I don't know, like you're the bad guy. People want to paint you as the bad guy, and I don't think that you are. I don't think that you are. Some of you, you have a mother wound, or there's something about your mother that's significant. Whether your mother was good or bad to you, something about your mother and your karma attached to your mother is significant. Yes, for some of you, you could have a toxic mom. For others of you, maybe you were codependent on your mom. For others of you, maybe you had a mother who had an addiction, or you had a mother who wanted to control you or something like that. This mother figure. Maybe you had a mother that wanted you to be fearful of her. But I feel like a lot of you are realizing that this person doesn't control you. Or whatever trauma you have attached to that situation doesn't control you. Some of you, your parent wasn't a bad parent, but they had their own vices or things that they went through, and maybe other people are judging you based off of that parent. Like they're like, oh, you're just like your mother. You're just like I'm really getting mom. Like some people may be saying like you're just like a certain person, and they're saying it in a bad way. But I feel like you have all the best traits of that person. Or you're not going to repeat the same cycles as these people if they, repeated bad cycles. For some of you, these people are judging you because, again, maybe you are taking a path that they don't feel they'd succeed in. And there could be a part of you and your inner child that really wants to let them know, like, no, but I am good enough, but I will succeed, but I am a good person or anything like that. And I feel like your spirit team just want you to know that you don't have to do that. All you have to do is prioritize your peace, keep staying positive, keep being happy, keep doing what you love, and lead by example. All right, Pile 7, that's all that I have for you. Thank you so much for being here. I was going to say for being patient with me. Maybe some of you guys are really patient. Thank you so much for being here, for watching this pile. If you feel drawn to another pile, you definitely should watch it. And that's all that I got. Talk to you guys later.